Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to the Classic Wrestling Series Season 3, Episode 18. So, last week we were in Canada for WWF's In Your House International Incident. And today we are back in the Great White North for the Canadian Stampede. So, as I said in last week's episode, this is a pre-recorded episode. However, I do have the ability to schedule tweets and stuff like that. So everything will be scheduled, everything will be up and running. The only thing that won't be is probably a Facebook post. But we are here to watch Canadian Stampede. It is, I believe it's also Heart Day or Bret Hart Day or something in Canada as well. The Hearts are receiving a fucking hero's welcome right now. So let's not waste any more time. Let's get to our first matchup, which is Hunter Hearst Helmsley versus Mankind. So, King of the Ring 1997 was the last pay-per-view, and they met in the finals to determine the new King of the Ring. And well, we all know who that happens to be, and it turned out to be Hunter, who wins the King of the Ring. So this is a continuation of last month's pay-per-view. So let's watch our first contest. So we just had Shawn Michaels, fucking hell, Peter. We just had the first matchup, Triple H. I'm going to be calling him Triple H for just this review. Triple H taking on Mankind, and this was a fun matchup. This match not only led from King of the Ring, but this would lead into the debut of Cactus Jack on Raw, basically having basically turning it into I think it was a Madison Square Garden street fight or a New York street fight. I'm not entirely sure which one it was called on Raw. So it would lead into the debut of Cactus Jack. It was entertaining. Like, this match is really good. They do go over the barricade, fighting the crowd. They are going to be fighting into the parking lot. So it shows Mankind as more having a demonic side, a more devilish side in him, which would then turn into Cactus Jack making his debut on Raw. Because I believe as well, before this point, Dude Love also made a debut as well. So it does lead in, it leads in nicely to Raw. So we now have the Hart Foundation talking. We have the European champion, the British Bulldog. We have the Intercontinental champion, Owen Hart. Owen Hart, yes, it is Owen Hart. And yeah, this was really good. So the whole reason behind the Hart Foundation coming back is basically Brett's pissed off that Austin's a babyface in the people's eyes, and it basically turns into, well, fuck you, America. That is pretty much what happens at WrestleMania 13 on Raw after WrestleMania 13. He basically just turns around and says, fuck you, America, and everybody else, yay, I love you. It's basically that. So, reforms Hart Foundation. We do have a very interesting dynamic going into the match. It's a 10-man tag for basically the right to be like, who's in the right. And it's a good thing to have both men in the ring, Austin and Hart again. So, our next matchup is Taka Michinoku versus the Great Sasuke. I'm looking forward to this one. I do like Taka Michinoku, and I do enjoy a little bit of the Great Sasuke. So, let's get to this one. So, we just had Taka Michinoku versus the Great Sasuke. Really fun matchup. Bit of a difference from the WWF at this time. Obviously, WCW had the Cruiserweight division, but this was a fun little matchup. It was entertaining. It was well done. The Great Sasuke wins with the German suplex, but Taka Michinoku did manage to get the Michinoku driver off, but that was only for a 2 count. Hunter Hearst Helmsley and Mankind would brawl at the beginning of the match before the bell ran, and then afterwards in the parking lot. So that furthers the feud moving forward with at the Madison Square Garden Raw episode. So now, moving forward, we have got The Undertaker versus Vader, rematch from the Royal Rumble 1997. Let's watch this. So we just had The Undertaker taking on Vader. I don't think this was for the WWF Championship. Undertaker is the champion after WrestleMania 13 for timeline's sake. this was entertaining. I mean, it's Undertaker versus Vader, two big men just having a good old scrap. It's entertaining. Vader wins. Fucking Undertaker wins with the tombstone and is moving on to, I think the next feud would be with Brett. I think at SummerSlam. I could be wrong. Around the timeline, SummerSlam would be the next. I think SummerSlam would be the next pay-per-view in August. So yeah, it would be Brett versus Undertaker with Shawn Michaels as the special guest referee leading into that show. So we will get to our next matchup, but so far pretty entertaining. So we just had our main event being the 10-man tag team match between the Hart Foundation and the team of Stone Cold Steve Austin, Ken Shamrock, Goldust and the Legion of Doom. This was entertaining. This was a really fun matchup. It was quick and to the point. It was basically Hearts of the good guys in Canada. Everyone else can basically forgive. It's pretty much what it is. The storyline going into this. The Undertaker versus Vader match was for the WWF Championship. I thought it wasn't for some stupid reason. And yeah, this was just a fun 10-man tag. Canadians win. Everybody's celebrating and all that. And yeah, it was a fun show. So the feud would end between Bret Hart and Austin at this show. It wouldn't really be seen until a little bit later on. And next month is SummerSlam, where Austin goes for the IC belt with against Owen Hart, which unfortunately Austin takes the power driver on the neck. So it does suck that something like that happened a month before. Like, this is the last pay-per-view we have with Austin being Austin. It's strange, but it's also a fun show. It is a good show, I'm not gonna lie. So with that being said, that is all done for the Canadian Stampede, but I kind of want to go back a year, and I kind of want to check out SummerSlam 1996. So I think that's what we're going to do next week. We're going to be watching SummerSlam 1996. So thank you very much for joining me. I hope you have a fantastic week, and I will be back from holiday to watch SummerSlam 96. So TTFN, ta-ta for now.